all about sheer power and strength. It's only part of it. You know, there's other things.
Benn is leaping up 2 divisions from 147 to fight a much bigger man. And that's what makes it a 50-50 fight, because I think all round, Conor's the better fighter.
He won't lose, he can't lose. He could fight Benn 100 times, I believe, and beat him 100 times.
Benn and Eubank, I like both guys. So last time I said Benn, this time I'm going to say Eubank.
The first 6 rounds will belong to Benn. He will not be able to keep Benn off for 6 rounds. If he is able.
You have the potential for both fighters in a super fight being booed into the ring. It's never happened before. This will be the first time he's in there with a genuinely dangerous man.
After a wild, tension-filled press conference where Romero did everything he could to get under Ryan Garcia's skin, the tone for their upcoming May 2nd showdown has completely changed. Before this fight was just about another step back into the ring for Ryan after a year-long suspension. Now it's personal. Ryan says Rolly crossed the line, and he sees this fight not just as a comeback, he sees it as a full reset, a complete cleansing, a chance to knock Rolly out cold and leave no doubt about who he is now, you know.
It's an entertaining matchup.
Why is it a mismatch?
Because of ability, because of weight classes. Chris Jr. is a middleweight and a super middleweight. You know,
I'm going to come in there and stick it on you from the get-go. Good. Straight away. I'm going to come out of there hot skipping a big right hand, a big flipping head of yours.
I don't believe you.
You don't believe me?
No.
Or would you believe it?
I don't believe
Would you believe it?
I think you're going to run for your life.
Oh, shut up. Talk shit.
In a recent interview with Fight Hype, Ryan Garcia wasn't shy about how he views the entire landscape ahead, fresh off calling out unified IBF and WBA welterweight champion Jiren Boots and Ennis. Ryan showed a sharp edge that fans hadn't seen in a while. He gave Boots his flowers, acknowledging his talent, but didn't flinch when he said he doesn't think Ennis is truly a pound-for-pound fighter yet, and when asked if he would face Ennis in the future, Garcia's answer came without hesitation: yes, 100%. Another big fight, another mega event, that's what I like to do, so I don't shy away from anybody. That's the mentality he's bringing into May 2nd. No fear, no running, no hesitation. And after the way Rolly disrespected him in front of the world, Garcia's motivation has exploded.
My nerves, to be honest. I ain't got nothing to say. There's no question you can ask me. Eubank, I can't wait to smash your head in. April 26th. I can't wait to smash your head in. Listen, I've heard enough of your voice talking shit this whole time. Again on Tuesday. Just shut your mouth. April 26th, you're getting your head smashed in.
Oscar De La Hoya sees it the same way. In fact, he's expecting an early night. De La Hoya predicts that Ryan will blast through Rolly within 4 rounds, describing the matchup as a brutal mismatch between Ryan's sharp, explosive hands and Rolly's reckless aggression. I see him stronger and determined to make a statement. De La Hoya said, noting that Ryan's combination of power and speed should make short work of Romero, who is notorious for leaving himself wide open when he swings wildly.
He was on our radars. You know, I'm a 147 fighter, he's a 160 fighter, and our paths just happened to cross. You talk about the stars align. You could say that.
Rolly has a puncher chance, sure, but against someone as fast and as sharp as Ryan Garcia, Oscar doesn't see it happening, and honestly, when you break it down, it's hard to argue. Rolly's recent form hasn't been anything special. He's lost 2 of his last 4 fights, getting stopped by Gervonta Davis and dropped by Ismael Barroso. Even in the fights he won, he struggled against lower-tier competition. Now he's stepping into the ring against a fighter who is faster, more powerful, more skilled, and most importantly angrier than ever. Ryan Garcia isn't looking to outbox Rolly, he's looking to punish him, to embarrass him, to make a public example out of him. After the way Rolly tried to clown him, Ryan is stepping into the ring with one mission: knock Romero out and erase the memory of everything that went wrong over the past.
Quite arrogant, just got that face. Then you've got Conor that's very, very emotional, reactive, fired up, you know, like his dad. Like, you've only got to look back at the build-up between their parents in the first fight and second fight. Nigel was like, wanted to tear him to pieces, and Eubank would walk in nice and calm, and they're their father's sons. They're very similar.
They're very similar, so Teofimo Lopez, who will be defending his WBO super lightweight title on the same card against Arnold Barbosa Jr., echoed the growing sentiment in the boxing world. Lopez sees Ryan finishing Rolly inside the distance too, predicting a late round stoppage as Garcia finds his timing and explodes. It's worth noting that Lopez himself has flirted with the idea of fighting Garcia someday if Ryan demolishes Rolly the way he's planning to. That dream fight becomes a whole lot More realistic you.
Well, it's bigger than it ever was. It's 3 times bigger than it was before the 2 positive clomiphene tests. Benn's dangerous early in that fight, in my view, because he's coming with all that stinging venom and kind of pent-up aggression that he's developed over the last 2.5 years. But I think Eubank's fought the better level of opponents, even though he's aged 2.5 years and he's been knocked out by Liam Smith. I go Eubank on points. What do you go?
I go Benn.
Early?
Early.
Yeah, you may be right.
I just think from the history, I'd love to see.
See them meanwhile, Shaker Stevenson didn't mince words when giving his take on the fight. Either Ryan Rawley is not that good, Ryan is a better boxer, Stevenson said, bluntly making it clear who he thinks will walk away with their hand raised. Stevenson's prediction was simple, a knockout, and he's not alone. All signs point toward a brutal short night where Garcia uses Romero as a launching pad back into the boxing elite. Let's.
It is Fight Week, Fatal Fury, City of the Bulls, a Ring Magazine event at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It all goes down between Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn. Almost 3 years in the making, but we're here this Saturday night and all the drama will unfold. This fight certainly, from the get-go, will be all gas, no brakes, but I'm picking Chris Eubank Jr. to get the job done and get it done inside 6 rounds. And the sole reason I'm doing this is because experience plays a major.
After being forced to sit out an entire year, Ryan Garcia has changed a lot of the brashness, the wild social media antics. They've been toned down. Speaking to Fight Hub, former champion Timothy Bradley pointed out that Ryan now carries himself differently, more like a businessman, more focused, more serious, more lethal. I think Ryan's going to catch him with that left hook, and it's going to be night-night, Bradley said, predicting that signature shot would be the beginning of the end for Rawley.
Eubank Benn. What do you think happens? You know what, I'm a little bit torn at the minute, but I'll stick with what I've always said. I think Eubank beats him on points, but I won't be surprised if Conor wins. I think Eubank is firmly on the slide now. I know I get stick for saying that. I also think 160 is hitting him now. He's starting to mention it a few times, so that's why I bring Conor into it a little bit more. But like I said before, that being said, if Conor flattens Chris, I won't be surprised.
Ryan Garcia's iconic left hook has always been his money punch, but now with the weight of a year's worth of frustration behind it, it might hit even harder, and against someone like Rawley, who loves to fight reckless, who leaves his chin dangling after every wild swing, it feels inevitable that Garcia will find his moment. One clean shot, that's all it will take, and Garcia knows it. Behind all the words, behind all the predictions, the truth is this: Ryan Garcia doesn't just want to win on May 2nd, he needs to. This fight represents everything.
You know, I rely on my power. I rely on, my athleticism.
Up redemption, validation, a chance to wipe the slate clean and charge head first back into the biggest fights in the sport if he takes care of business, and he plans to do it violently. Doors to mega fights against Jiren Boots, Ennis, Timo Lopez, and even Shakur Stevenson swing wide open, and it's not lost on Garcia that a dominant win could catapult him into the top tier of boxing stardom, maybe even overtake Canelo Alvarez as America's biggest boxing attraction.
I'm 35 years old. I'm not a kid anymore. You can't be worried or fearful for my safety. If as a man I feel like I can do something, if I can achieve something, you have to be happy with that, support that, and not